Hey guys, it's Jessica from craftingandstamping.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to show you how I made this shadow box card. It was really actually a lot of fun to make it, and I made it with my art philosophy cartridge. I just had a great time making this. Some of the pieces obviously aren't from the art philosophy cartridge, but the actual shadow box base itself is from there. I had to make this for one of my design teams. I'm not going to tell you which one. You're going to have to check my blog over the next 2 days and you'll find it. It'll definitely be live for Thursday. But I had such a great time making it, and I think it's partially because of getting to use my Dottie For You paper. Love this. So what I wanted to do today was actually show you, I mean, some of the things obviously on this card aren't from the art philosophy cartridge, like the clouds and the sun, or the flowers. But there's ways with just using the Dottie For You and your art philosophy cartridge that you can make kind of the same, almost the same kind of scene, with the exception of what your focal point is going to be. So I'm going to show you how you can make it with the Dottie For You paper pack and with your art philosophy cartridge. And that's kind of why I have my table set up this way, because I want you to see how I'm going to cut the paper. So what I want to tell you is what you're going to need first. You're going to need, to get this started, the actual base is going to be 6 by 6. So you're going to need 2 pieces of coordinating cardstock. So I have, like I said, my Dottie For You paper. Ooh, I love this butterfly paper. We're not using butterflies though. We're using the yellow polka dots, and even this paper I love, but we're using the blue. So the blue is actually going to be my back. So I'm not going to be doing anything with this just yet. On the back of your yellow though, on the other hand, you are going to be marking it. We need to find the center point, because we're going to be using the center point feature with the Cricut machine and our art philosophy cartridge. So what I actually did, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either use your ruler. Oops, let's get some stuff out of the way here. Use your ruler, and you're going to have to make a few marks to get to 3 by 3, but you still want to use your ruler even if you're using my mat has my dimensions that I need. So I still want to use my ruler because I want to make a straight line. I actually have to stand up because of the way that I have the camera. So there we go. So here's 3 inches. We're going to turn it sideways and do it again. You want to go up to the 3. Obviously, half of 6 is 3, so that's why I'm going 3 and 3. And then what I'm going to do is, okay, can you see right here where the 2 lines come together? I'm just going to make a dark circle right there. That way I can pick up with it on my Cricut. So what you're going to need to do is we're going to have to go over to the Cricut machine. I need to just pull up my flashlight because, whoops, not what I wanted to do. We're going to need to have a little bit of a bright light. So anyway, I have my art philosophy all set up in my Cricut machine. Okay. And I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to do the backward side, this side. Okay, because obviously I have my point there. So let's get this ready to go in the machine. And from my art philosophy cartridge, just so you know, actually I'm going to go right in the middle because it's stickier in the middle. Doesn't matter where you're at because you're going to be using the center point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load my mat. And I really didn't want you guys to see me on camera, but I think we're going to have no choice. So I'm going to feed my machine up and over. Now the way I find out if it's at the center, I push my little blade down, and actually I can go down a little bit more. Oops. It's perfect. So we are absolutely perfect right now. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go to page, I think it's 60 or 58. Sorry, I just want to be able to show you the image. It's on page 53, and we're going to cut that image. So, I already have it loaded into my machine. You want to make sure that you hit center point, and I am at square 4. Let's make sure it does say square 4. You guys probably can't see that, but I have my center point on. Oh, the other thing you want to make sure you do, I know I wanted mine to be, I forgot to tell you this. We want this image to be about 4 inches. That way it gives us an inch on the top to work with and an inch on the bottom. The reason why is because you're going to have items that you want to maybe put, like to put on the top. You might want to put a sentiment, which I did on mine. So I'm going to make mine 4 inches. So make sure you adjust your height. So your size is at 4 inches. Make sure your speed and your pressure is good. Once you have it all there, you're going to hit cut. And see, it automatically is doing right in the center, which is what I wanted. I love the center point feature. Now that I know how to work it, it's a great thing. And it's going to go right back to the center point, which is awesome. So, now that we have that cut, we can unload our mat. And we can take our piece off. Now, I never get rid of these pieces because I could use this for something different in the future. So let's take our piece off. And here's what it looks like now. You see? Okay, I'm going to turn you around, put you back over here, and we're actually going to readjust. So, you don't need to see my phone in this. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take, I have a scoreboard that I like to use, and we need to do some scoring. So I'm going to kind of take my time for a second because I forgot to tell you guys you need a scoreboard. And we're going to score. Now where we want to score at, doesn't matter which side you score at because it all looks the same. Honestly, for me, I'm a little, anal, so I'm going to take the side that already is, facing the right way. And that's going to be my front side. And that's the way I'm going to do it, my top, my bottom. So you are going to score at a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 5 inches, and 5.5 inches. So let's get that going. Make sure we're on 1/2 inch. Then we have 1 inch. We have 5 inches. What's going on here? Now what happened? I didn't cut this. I didn't cut it right. That's because my cutter is off. Not my Cricut cutter, my actual paper cutter, my trimmer. So anyway, now that that part is done, you're going to take your other piece, and once again, I like to have, just my complementing papers being the right way. And I'm going to do the same thing, 1/2 inch, 1 inch. You're going to do 5 inches and 5.5 inches. Okay. So now let's put the scoreboard away because we don't need it anymore. Okay. So hopefully this still looks right. It seems like every time I do things on camera I always jack it up. But anyhow, so we need to make sure that we're lining up our score lines the exact same way. Okay. So let's see, first of all, I think I'm zoomed way too far in. Whoops. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. Just want to make sure that you guys are able to see what I'm doing. So, we want this card to be bent in. So the bottom one, you're going to not the bottom one. Your 1 inch fold, you're going to bend in. Your 1/2 inch fold, you're going to bend down. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. So if you look at mine, okay, I went down and I went up. I guess I should say not up and in, or however I said it. But we're going to do the same thing. Now you just have to be very careful if yours cut like mine did, where it kind of cut off. I just have to be careful how I'm scoring it on the score lines. And then we have that one. Okay, and then now we want this to be a box that goes like that. It's going to come in to meet each other. So this fold in the back is actually going to go, can't get it to fold. There we go. We're going to go back and we're going to go in. Does that make sense? We're going to do the actual opposite. So look, so that way they look like this. Can you see that? Okay. So we're going to go up and then down. And now what you can do is just make sure you did it correctly. You're going to take your 2 pieces and you're going to make sure that they will stand up like that. You should have this. Okay? Now, remember I said we can use the entire Dottie For You pack to do our decorating instead of using maybe things that you don't use for your Cricut? I mean, with your art philosophy, maybe you may want to go in. You can do butterflies. That's right here on page 55. There's different butterflies. There is stars. If you want to do a night scene, you could do stars, which is on 45. If you wanted to make this a Christmas card, you could do a Christmas tree on page 31. I mean, the possibilities really are endless. Oh, that would be really cute, actually. If you did page 31, the Christmas tree, and then had some ornaments falling, or put some ornaments, you know, 3D-wise. You could also have a leaf and some acorns. I mean, you could do tons of things. But anyway, I myself was very excited to use the Dottie For You paper pack and to show you just all the different things that you could possibly use this paper with. So what I did was, the back of the pages that we used, if you're following along with me and you're using the yellow and blue, on the back of the blue, there is, oh, come on, see the back of the blue? There's this. Now, you probably can't see the whole thing because of the way that I cut this paper. Whoa, hello, blurry. Hello, let's focus a little bit. What happened here? There we go. But there's a bicycle. Now, I fussy cut one of the bikes already. Okay, so that's going to be my image on the front of my card. You see the little bike? Super cute. Now, you can fussy cut. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it actually gives character. So what I also did was, on the back of one of the pages that I used on my card from earlier were clouds. And I was really upset that I was using, you know, taking away from the clouds. They didn't see, you couldn't really see them. So I said, you know what, I'm going to use these clouds for the next time for when I do a video with you. So what I did was, I fussy cut some of my clouds out. And you can see that I did that from this paper. But here they are. Now, keep in mind, it's okay if some of them are cut off. Like this one only has half of the top piece of the cloud because of where I was cutting with my Cricut. It's okay because we could just cover it up. It's no big deal. So I wanted to show you how I fussy cut it. And I'm actually going to do this last cloud right here. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to use that big one. I'm going to use this one down at the bottom. Okay. So like I said, just fussy cut it. No big deal. You don't have to make it perfect. It adds character, I think, to a card. All right. So that's all you have to do with that. Same thing with the butterflies that I said I loved. As you can see, I fussy cut these. So I'll do the last one just to show you how I did it. I just cut around. Not being super clean with it, going quickly. You just have to keep on cutting it up and you're good. So I decided I was going to make my butterflies be flying on this card. So let's put this stuff away and let's start building our card now. So in the background, what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your Tombow. Okay, Oh wait, and you know what else I wanted to cut out? I'm sorry guys, I forgot one more thing. On this page, just make sure you're careful how you cut it, because there's this little punch out right here. Can you guys see that? Where there's nothing in it? We're going to use that. I knew I wanted to cut something else out and I couldn't remember what it was. And we're going to use this to put our sentiment on. And I have a super cute sentiment, and actually, for one lucky viewer who follows my blog this day, you are going to get this stamp set if you win. And I'm going to show you what it is. Cute little stamp set, little itty bitty one, but it serves its purpose for what I want to do. Okay, so we have this little piece now cut out for our sentiment. So let's start gluing. What you're going to need is some 3D foam squares, or 3D foam, and we're going to need, like I said, some Tombow. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to kind of visualize when you line this up where you're going to put your clouds at. Okay, so you want to be able to see your clouds. Oh, and look, that guy is a little too big, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to snip the one edge off. Just going to make this go flat. There it goes. Now that will fit in. Whoops, no, a little bit off. There we go. Now we're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay that guy flat. We're going to put that guy right there, and we'll pop this one up and that one up. Okay? So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. If not, I'm going to pick it up after I tape. This one wound up being perfect for the edge. I was worried about that, but it wound up working out perfectly because we can just line it up right there and we'll see it. Now these other two guys we're going to pop up. What did I do with my foam? I love adding foam and dimension to my cards. I just wish I had bigger foam pieces. I'm waiting for my foam strip to come in the mail from my Close to My Heart order. I don't know why I didn't get it with my first one. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I didn't buy it. Now I have to wait for it. Okay, I'm going to put that guy right there. And you know what else you could even do if you wanted to? I just chose not to. Oops. You know what I want to do? Let's rig this guy up. Sometimes it's going to take some trial and error. That's what I kind of wanted to do. Go ahead and take that down. Okay, whoops. So let's get more foam. What sometimes, I don't remember what I was going to say. I swear I'm the worst with videos. I forget what I'm saying. I forget what I'm doing. Thank you for following me, though. Let's see. Super cute. What did I do with my other? There he is. Okay. There's my other. Okay. So we have our inside done. Okay, so that's what that guy is going to look like. Now what we want to do is take the baker's twine. We're going to do the Paradise assortment, and I'm going to use the pink because that's what I'm feeling. So let's see how to get this out. There we go. Now what you have to do, shoot, going the wrong way with that. What am I doing here? Okay, maybe we're not going to use pink. because paint doesn't want to cooperate. I don't know where it's stuck at. Maybe it's way underneath. It's becoming very time consuming. There we go. Okay, so I want to use the pink, and I'm going to need to cut 3 equal pieces. So let's cut like this, and then just hold them together. Cut like this, and then just do the same thing. You know what? Actually, I'm lying. We're only going to do 2 pieces on this one. I have an actual better idea. So let's wrap up our twine and get it out of the way. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take your Tombow and you're going to just lay it down so that way you can put your piece right on top of it, and it'll keep your piece nice and straight. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing, and I'll lift this up in 1 second and show you what I did. Okay, oops, a little too tight. Okay, so you see how I have my twine on here? Oops. See how I have my twine on here? I'm going to put my butterflies on there. I made this piece a little too tight. It's pulling. There we go. Better. Much better. There we go. So what we can do is, see our little butterflies? We should have cut 6. And what I want to do is just randomly place them on. So what you can do is go like this with your Tombow. Actually, you know what? I didn't use Tombow for the raindrops earlier. I forgot I used liquid glass. So take your liquid glass and just go along the back because it's going to be a better adhesive. Okay. I'll get it right on. Go with the blue. I'm going to put this on a diagonal this time. Do our yellow. We'll go the opposite way. Okay, so we have one side done. Can you guys see what I did here? I put my butterflies on there to make them look like they were flying. And I know this is really turning out to be a long video, but I hope it's going to be beneficial for you, and I hope you see what I did to create this. And I'm telling you, whoever you make it for will love it. Very cute. Very, very. Okay, so we have our little butterflies on, and now your card should look like that. That's the front of it, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is, remember I told you to fussy cut this little piece? So So what I have here, and this is the little stamp set I'm going to give to one person who's following me. Cute little stamp set. Can you see that? There we go. That looks better. No glare now. And we're going to use the Thanks So Very Much stamp in there. And I think it's the perfect size, which makes it great. Okay. I'm going to use my block. And it is the absolute perfect size. Now I want to use my cotton candy ink pad, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. Now you do get this in with your stamp set, and you want to put that underneath where you're stamping. Okay, make sure your image that you're going to stamp onto is straight, and of course I can't get mine to go straight. And there we go. Can you see that? It says thanks so very much. And that's going to be the theme behind our card. That's our sentiment. Cute, huh? So, let's get close up our glossy, our liquid glass rather, and let's get everything cleared up so that way we can continue working fresh, because what could happen at this part is things won't go straight. So let's put this and this to the side. Actually we can put our little bike down. I think we're going to be dry enough for this. Okay, we can get our bike down. I'm going to use more dots. Go. Okay, so our front of the card is getting there. It's almost done. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add our tag, our thanks so very much, before we finish up with adhering our two pieces together. So let's get our last two pieces on, or our last two, my last two foam dots on at least, and let's get this right on here. Okay, final step, guys. You're gonna need some sticky strip or red line tape. There's so many terms for it. It's the tape that looks red that you have to take the clear top part off of, or the red top part off of there, I should say, to get your tape. It's double-sided tape is what it is, and it is very strong, which is what you need for this type of card. So you're going to put it on your back piece, okay, your bottom piece, and you need to do it on both of the sides that are popped up. Okay. Now, because I don't have nails, I use my scissors to get the tape itself up. And what you're going to do is, I'm going to give you a hint. If you try to take both sides of this off and put it together, it's a recipe for disaster. Take it from me, I already learned. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually do one side at a time. So take your time, line up. There's no race to get this done. We've already taken this long to get it done. Let's not rush it. Let's make it look good. Okay. And let's do our next piece. And again, take your time, line it up. I like to stick my finger in between the gaps so I know it's not going to close on me until I'm ready for it to close. So that is what it looks like. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I think I need one more butterfly up at the top. So let's, or better yet, what could we do? We can maybe do a small cloud. Let's see. Do we have another small cloud in here? I think we need something else. I think we are. We're going to fussy cut this one last cloud. And we're going to put it on the top because I think it needs it. That's just me. You guys don't have to do that. But if you do, I think you'll like it. Let's get a little more tape here. Get it popped up. 3D foam or whatever we want to call it. I'm going to do 2 pieces I'm going to need of it. Okay, now I'm happy with it. So, can you see the card? Why does it look so dark? There we go. Very cute. Oh, how about I get it right into the camera view, huh? That's all our 3D. And that's it. And we used all our Dottie For You paper. So, I'm going to put all the links at the bottom of my page. I apologize that this wound up being a half-hour long video, but I think you understand why, that it is a very delicate card to make, but it is so much fun, and I think whoever the recipient of this card is, they are going to truly enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my blog on Thursday for more information as to where I originally made my card for. And like I said, one lucky viewer or one lucky follower will get to win a little stamp set. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my blog, www.craftingandstamping.blogspot.com. Bye!